I gotta see the screen layout. You got the art in there somewhere, right? Okay, good. Okay. Well, we're good.
I really like the art. Alright. Pancake still being a hater as always.
Of course. Hello, everyone. We are live.
Look at that crazy thing in the bottom right.
Yeah, what is that, a counter?
What? It's probably going to stay like that for a while.
Yeah, I mean, who needs to press the A button right now?
Yeah.
Somehow Pancake Turtle has this insider information.
How could he possibly know?
That's crazy. Wow, someone's birthday is February 21st. Very exciting.
Great birthday.
That person's name? Zelda.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, Pancake. You definitely haven't seen the whole thing, Pancake, because I never sent you the starting save state. Oh wow, Zelda's 40, that's crazy.
Zelda's honk.
Okay, Pancake has seen the whole thing apparently, I believe.
Wow, leak?
No one leaked it, he just has a way of knowing everything about Ocarina of Time.
I
Yeah,
see.
Pancake's just on my computer.
Here, I'll try to make the LOTAD art a bit bigger. So we can all appreciate the LOTAD.
Now we're talking.
There is a reason why the chat is that high, by the way, and there's nothing a little bit lower. It's intentional, don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about that, but I remember.
I wasn't gonna ask about that, because I did remember.
Wow. Someone paid attention.
And one of us is astute.
Yeah, yes, I agree with that.
After all the work I did, you forgot.
I wasn't studying for this.
No, there will be no halftime show for the LOTAD, sorry.
Wait a minute, that's a good idea.
Oh, we should start doing a halftime show?
Bad Bunny's busy? Yeah, Bad Bunny's probably not busy today, right?
What would the Zelda halftime show be? Who's like the Zelda equivalent of Bad Bunny?
I don't think there is one. Will there be a half A-Press show? A show dedicated specifically to talking about half A-Presses?
I don't know, half A-presses in this game seems unlikely.
Yeah, I don't know how that would happen. I mean, there's no half A-Press anyway. An A-Press is an A-Press.
It's a good point.
Can't just say it's half.
Well, there's half in L press in pretty much every GZ macro when you do the button counts.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Does it actually show up as half?
Yeah. if you do the button count.
Really, I never bothered to check.
Well, that's
Because
crazy.
the macro just starts with the button held.
Yeah. There's a setting, I think, to turn that off, and I've never bothered doing that. Oh, apparently chat's hearing someone's Discord.
Wait, is there a Discord echo?
Is it my mic? I don't have Discord sounds.
Oh,
there's
the
a
mute
muting
effect.
sound,
Oh.
apparently.
Yeah, dude. Okay, it's annoying because I have to turn off streamer mode unless, or else the names get truncated. Which means that okay, you want maybe if I don't know if there's a way to like mute the Discord sounds without actually truncating the names for the stream layout.
Did we already do AD low A? No. There was low A Majora's Mask, and there was AD low C, both of which are different.
Setting sound. Okay, just turn these off. Alright, I'm just gonna turn off all Discord sounds, I guess. Alright, hold on, testing. Okay, yeah, should be good.
LOTAD is low optimization tool assisted demonstration. It means it's a bad task. And Pancake has been going around ruining the bad part of the task. But I'm bringing it back.
Yeah, this is more like 100% in 3 pauses level of optimization.
Yeah, we're slightly above that, I'd say.
People are so used to professional streamers that like some normal guy walks in and has a chair and it's like the end of the world. Like what?
Yeah, Pancake knows 10 seconds are good. Pancake does have a 10-second feature in this. Maybe someone will notice.
I'll notice. Everyone knows Pancake gameplay from a mile away.
Oh yeah. Does Pancake press A? Why would we do that? It's low A. Oh, ZFG, should we do a prediction on the number of A presses?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Someone will probably cheat though.
I won't cheat.
No
yeah, there's probably enough
no
people
one
to
who
know.
knows is allowed to predict. Pancake, don't be a cheater. No insider trading. Okay, what options should we have?
How many different like how many different options can there be? It's like 5 or something.
I think 8. Hold on.
The previous low A LOTAD for Majora's Mask, I believe, was 28 A presses. So
I think it was 29.
it might have been 29. I
Okay.
checked yesterday because I wanted to mention it. I don't remember.
Okay, we can have 10, but I honestly think it's probably better to not have more than 5.
Yeah, 29. Okay. Yeah, for a previous MM1. So you can decide whether or not you think we're better or worse than MM.
0 should be its own option. Maybe like 0. We can have 0. Do we have 0 as its own option?
I'm gonna say no. Do not make it its own option.
Okay, how about like 0 to 9, 10 to 19, like that, up to 40 or so, 50, 40 or 50?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Maybe 6 or 7 should be its own category. So
oh my god.
The memers.
Oh my god, no.
The memers can lose out.
No.
By getting less. Aw. Yeah. Don't cap it. Just add a plus, just in case if we're at like 70.
Okay.
I gotta say, I would admire the tenacity of bringing a 70 A-press run to.
Actually, wait, did I even put a title on that? Oh yeah, I did. Okay.
Yeah, you did. How many A presses?
All right, bet on your A presses.
Yeah. You know, it actually turns out this is just a glitchless run. We press A like 700 times.
Oh yeah, by the way, guys, how's audio balance? Does audio sound good? Is anyone too loud in Discord? Oh wait, is 120 to 39? Oh,
Yeah,
hold on.
have...
I did. Hold on, let me redo. Cause I don't know how to. Oh my god, I have to redo the whole thing.
You don't have to redo. If someone picks it, then
sounds good. Okay.
they just know what it actually is.
Apparently I'm a little quiet, or maybe I'm a little loud. Drive says, I don't know how loud I am, so...
Okay, I'll turn you down a bit.
No, I'm good. Okay.
Okay. One guy?
I don't know.
Okay. Alright, I will do no adjustments to audio. Okay, real prediction time. A little adjusting for fun. Yeah, as a treat, we can do a little adjusting.
Yeah, put someone at 101%.
Like 20 more minutes of technical issues just to, you know, for the classic delay.
What is defined as an A press? Pressing the A button.
You see that 0 A presses thing on the screen? That's in game. When the A button gets pressed, that number goes up.
Now, anyone that watched the trailer that shows you how the A press is used in Ocarina of Time.
We're counting from what the actual A presses in the bottom right corner will say, Kadrian. So if you don't know which that is, don't insider trade.
Yeah, we actually do have an in-game A press counter for this. We'll probably talk about it when it starts.
That doesn't count towards the hiccup count.
Yeah, that counts only starts once the run starts. Man, look at all those blue dogs smoking weed. Any half A presses in this LOTAD? You'll have to wait and see. But no, there's no half A presses. There's no such thing as a half A press.
What would a half A press even do in OOT? It's not like you can kick or whatever they do in Mario.
Let's talk about parallel universes. We'll get to that.
Aren't there technically parallel universes in OOT?
Not really, because if you do the same thing where like you go beyond the 32-bit units, it just does weird like squishing Link kind of things. Like he just kind of gets squished up on the boundary.
Oh, that's so sad.
Well, actually, no. I think sometimes he gets squished, and like sometimes he keeps going, but it's not like there's actually solid ground past it, like in Mario. It's weird. I think it's like a version difference. I think on VC, he doesn't get squished, but on N64 he does or something. I forgot.
I assume it crashes on N64.
Yeah, I think it actually, I think it crashed on N64. But then I remember there's some cases where he gets squished and some cases where he can continue, and I forgot what the case is for that. Yeah, everything crashes on N64.
I don't know, that feels more like Paper Mario to me.
What doesn't crash N64 but crashes everything else? Random VC crashes.
Can you get VC crashes on GameCube?
Yeah,
actually, yeah, you can, right?
It's just a lot more rare.
Yeah. Doesn't Ace crash on every other version though?
I think it. I feel like I remember hearing that there was sort of some other Ace method that doesn't crash on other versions, but I forget the details.
Oh yeah, I believe that. Oh yeah, worth saying, this run is no SRM.
Yeah, most of these runs at this point are no SRM. Oh wait, so there are Zelda 64 parallel universes. It doesn't have scene collision, but it does have actor collision. That's interesting.
Wait, that is weird. Huh.
Who said that?
Toxic Oxygen. Who else would know that?
Okay, I believe it. If it was a random chatter, I'd say I doubt it. But I trust Toxic Oxygen.
Yeah. I feel like Toxic Oxygen could do so much damage by just making up stuff. Turkenheimer, I also believe Turkenheimer.
Just gotta do a countdown when we start, so I know when to press space.
Yeah, but actually, I could maybe share the Discord.
There's no reason to
probably just easier.
You could just say it out loud. Just be like 3, 2, 1, go, and then on go, then we hit play.
No, this should. I think this should work. This good for you guys?
Oh, I'll look at it.
Does it have audio? I don't
see it. I don't have audio.
On Discord.
I also might have audio off.
Yeah, you know, you probably don't want audio because then it'll double. You guys will hear Discord twice.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably good that
I don't have audio. So.
Okay. Well, I guess
works.
if you want audio for the run, I guess we could not do. You guys could just sync up a video.
Yeah, sync up a video like the good old.
Yeah, just sync up a video.
Alrighty. Easy enough.
Yeah, I'm all ready to go. I just need a countdown.
Okay, yeah, we will start. Hold on, I'm gonna tweet it out real quick.
I'm really waiting to the last second.
It's only I completely forgot until the last second. That's why. All right, but we are about to start, everyone. Okay, hold on. Let me fix timer. And turn this off. Alright guys. We're gonna start. All dungeons low A press starting. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Alright, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey gamers, this is Kita, and today we have a very special playthrough of Ocarina of Time. Take it away, someone else.
So I am Elo. I did almost everything. Pancake has about 10 seconds, but everything else was me.
And what are we watching today?
We're watching all dungeons low A presses. All dungeons no SRM.
Yeah, we got the intro. Explain what all.
And who are you? Who are you, ZFG?
I am the person that recorded this. I did so much work recording this. But yeah, hello, I'm ZFG. I just like to watch and host these. But I did some recording for this. You'll see some cool things later on. But also, speaking of recording and the A-presses... Oh, the A-presses that are already at 2, wow.
Yeah, that's why I said don't do 0.
This is gonna have
lasted very long.
There's gonna be, if there's already 2 A-presses, there's gonna be so many.
Yeah, so you might have noticed that there's not an interesting file name. It takes an A-press to add a character to the file name.
But yeah, also about this A-press, this is actually an in-game A-press counter. This was actually a custom GZ version made by Tharo that has an actual built-in A-button counter, which is really cool. So shoutouts to Tharo.
Yeah, it's very cool. You can now trust that we're not just mashing A at all times throughout cutscenes, and that we did actually mash text with B.
Yeah, there's multiple buttons you can use to mash through text. B works, C up also works.
I did not use C up. I used B.
All right. We're no C up gang here. Also, you want to talk about anything interesting, like in terms of how this run started, like how this came up?
Yeah. So about a year ago now, actually. A strat was posted by Kadrin, which lowered the RTA, not the RTA, it was TAS, but the TAS route for any % low A to 4 A presses, not counting the 2 to create a file for some reason. So it's essentially 6. I guess that's kind of spoilers. Oh well. And so we considered doing that, but unfortunately. That route is also pretty slow. So, not slow, sorry. It's very fast. It's very short. It's a pretty cool route. But we decided it might be more interesting to do something longer that hasn't had a public route available for over a year. And so, routing low A, all dungeons, would be interesting. And there are also a couple...
The first big change of the run, though.
Oh yeah, you're going to see just how fast low A movement is.
Climbing down this
ladder. I tried. Oh, and also mentioned no rolling, so we're going to be backwalking a lot. So I will actually mention something called curved backwalks. If you hold slightly outside of straight down, Link will curve slightly to the right or left, which did help slightly with reducing the amount of angle changes, although I'm going to be honest, reducing angle changes was painful, and I didn't do it I didn't do it anywhere near as much as I'm sure I could have. And now we need rupees.
So this is a good time to explain what all dungeons is. So in Ocarina of Time, for those of you that haven't played this game, there's 8 dungeons in it. 3 child, 5 adult. The other ones don't count, even if you say they do, because we're going by the speedrun.com definition. So we're not just being opinionated, we're using like a real thing. And it's just getting the 8 blue warps going in them. That's the goal of the run. And then rolling
There's
the credits.
actually one other caveat to it that does actually kind of matter for this.
Okay.
You need to not only go into the blue warps, you need to have the blue warps give you the medallion or stone. In particular, the Shadow and Spirit blue warps will not give you the medallion if you already have it. So we can't do things such as get them through some other method before we beat the actual dungeons.
Also, do we want to talk about like what A presses are used for and what kind of things we're looking out for avoiding A presses?
Yeah, sure. Rolling, backwalking, side hopping, opening doors, opening chests, talking to NPCs. Oh, there we go. There's one. And I will say, I said I didn't use C up for anything. Actually, in shops, you can only use C up. B goes back, and A obviously is not allowed.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask there because I actually didn't remember if C up actually could select the items or not, but I guess so.
Yeah, there are a couple other things such as equipping equipment like a shield.
Selecting dialogue options. Fishing.
Nope, that is only in Majora's Mask. That can be done with B in OOT.
Yep.
No, I was saying the things that you use A for are not Ocarina of Time. So just because there's ways around it, like...
That's true. That's true. Mashing through text, you can use A. Yeah, 4 already. My guess of 70 doesn't look that bad.
Getting on Epona, getting off Epona, doing the carrot thing, feeding Epona a carrot.
Sounds like avoiding Epona would be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really hard.
Doors take A. Chests.
Oh yeah, saving.
Diving from water takes A. Dying actually takes 2 A presses. You know, you could take your guess on if we're gonna die or not. Yeah, playing the A note in an ocarina takes an A press. Learning ocarina songs with an A note takes an A press. And that's about half of the songs in the game, so that's gonna be difficult to avoid. Oh, and this is funny. Putting away items takes an A press, which normally only matters for quick put away, but because we only have one item, we can't put away the Deku Stick to skip this text, which is really funny. So we get to read that lovely text. Yeah, and what version is this on? This is on VC.
Which is 1.2.
Yes. So we might be using some tricks. How'd you equip shield without an A? We didn't. We pressed A.
Yeah, the 4 presses are talking to the shop owner and equipping shield in gameplay, and then it takes 2 to create a new save file. So.
Yeah, and then this is probably the first trick you haven't seen before. So there's actually some weird things going on here. When you do a crouch stab into the water in that place in a pretty precise area, for some reason the game thinks you're underwater. So the game still thinks Link is underwater right now. And then, luckily, using that, we can then pick up this Deku Nut. And we'll see what that does in a second. I'm sure some people know.
Yeah, so when you're in this like semi-underwater state, Link doesn't immediately pick up the item when underwater because he waits until surfacing to pick it up. So Link has this item pickup stored, but it's not actually going to give him the item until he surfaces in water.
Yeah, so the normal setup used to be done in Defeat Ganon, to get this, the compass obviously, it's actually Blue Potion. You'll see it in a second. the normal way to do that actually involves a dive cancel, where you press A and C up, I believe, on the same frame, and we can't do that.
Yeah, and that's what the crouch stab thing in the basement was for, right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It's the way to get dive cancel, and then because we need to move, but we can't move while underwater, we need to do a super swim, so it's actually pretty difficult.
Yeah, and then so getting that item, that was GIM or get item manipulation, so that stored nut pickup, if you go in front of a chest, it modifies what item you get when you raise in the water. That's how we got that item. And also you want to talk about this?
Yeah, this is an A slide, which we convert into a Z slide. So if you roll into an enemy and alternate between holding either down or one of the sides on an analog stick with neutral, then Link will move at the same speed as a Hess. The issue with that is that you cannot. The issue with that is that you can't turn it, so what we can do is we can convert that into a Z slide where you mash Z. We've done a couple Z slides throughout this run because they are fast.
Alright, also, the A and A slide is analog slide, not for A button. So it is not nothing to do with an A press.
Yeah.
But the A slide to Z slide is actually called the alphabet slide.
Good name.
Yep, and now we need to make a good use of our Deku Nuts. We're duping over them for bugs. And an important thing to note about the A to Z slide, while the Z slide allows us to turn, we lose speed every time we turn. But luckily, the speed we lose, luckily is still enough to do reverse Mito skip, so we can get out of the Deku Tree area.
Also, something to note about that A slide, if you saw, so normally rolling would take an A press, but if you hold up when falling from a high jump, Link will automatically roll on the ground. So that's one way to get a roll without actually using an A press.
Oh yeah, and yeah, as pointed out in chat, that was A-list Aqua Escape. There is a setup to do that RTA. I did not use it. I avoided setups throughout this whole run, which was mostly because they don't exist. As far as I'm aware, that's the only trick that has that trick and the GIM are the only tricks in this entire run which have 0 A press setups. I probably would have used a few if they existed. Now, where are we going now?
Dodongo's Cavern.
Well, that's the other way.
It looks to me like a
We're
Lake
not that close.
Hylia.
Yeah. There might be something useful there. Yeah, and like Toxic Option is pointing out in chat, saving takes an A press, so save warping to get past Mito takes an A press, so we couldn't do that. So the only way back was that A slide. And actually, that A slide is, I believe, the only reason we got Deku Shield. Yeah, it's the only reason we got Deku Shield. Oh no, actually that's not true. The GAM setup also needs Deku Shield. So
yeah.
So it takes two A presses. So it takes one to equip Deku Shield, saves 2. Huge uses for Deku Shield this run. All right, well something's in this grotto. A fish.
Alright, be honest, who knew that he was gonna fall into that hole? Who knew that hole was there?
Me. Anyone that's played Rando.
Yep.
So, yeah, no one in chat.
Will that fish be relevant?
My
No,
chat,
just want a friend.
my chat famous for not knowing anything about Rando.
Exactly.
Yeah, so alternative ways to get a bottle are all really bad. You can play the Super Cucko minigame, which requires talking to Malin and talking to Talon and picking up at least 3 Cuckos. It's really bad. You could get the 7 Cuckos, which each require an A press, and talk to Anju, which takes an A press. You can get the you could get the Silver Scale and get Rudo's Letter, which will take a bunch of A presses. So this is really the only way to get a bottle that isn't horrible.
Yeah, and then and that bottle took what, 2 A presses total?
Took 1.
Yeah, okay.
Equipping Deku shit was the only A
Yeah,
press
just
for it.
for... Okay. That's pretty good. A single A press for a bottle.
Yeah.
The run's
Yeah,
so
and
quiet.
so we wanted to get some...
I was gonna say, the run's so quiet with no rolling and side hopping.
Yeah. And here's the next A press for Hylian Shield.
Wait, you just gave me an idea. A LOTAD with least link grunts. Might be up something.
I mean, it's probably not gonna be that different from this, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I didn't necessarily avoid damage, and damage she grunts. Yeah, 0 A press except for movement would have been so nice. I would have loved to roll. Movement through places like Lost Woods sucked. Oh, where
Yeah.
I accidentally
All right.
dropped the bugs.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to side hop here, so it's probably gonna be a plus an A press.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like you're pressing the wrong button.
Oh, I dropped him again. Oops.
Oh.
All right. So that's 0 A press dot skip as child.
You can clip them?
Believe it or not, that's actually really easy. I'm pretty sure RTA could do that. It's so easy to clip as child.
Yeah, okay, so I peeked through the run a little bit beforehand. I didn't mean to, I just kind of saw it beforehand, but I remember people talking about like how that dot skip works, but it's like task only, it's never possible. But then using the actual bugs digging animation, like dropping the bugs twice, it actually does seem like it'd be pretty RTA viable.
Yeah, so as adult, the push is extremely precise. And because the bugs do have RNG when digging, it would probably not be RTA viable. But as
Okay.
child, the clip is so lenient that was my first time dropping the bugs.
Oh,
And I
nice.
recorded this like 5 times though, so like I did record this a bunch of times, the bug push, because of like desyncs, and also did it before outside of the LOTAD context. So like it wasn't my first time dropping the bugs ever, so I knew more or less where to drop them, but that was really easy. Like it takes a few attempts to backwalk into them, but that clip is really easy. Oh, and yeah, we have another A press to pick up the Master Sword to go adult.
Yeah, every age change is ammo. It counts against you, so you have to really make it worth it if you want to change your age.
Yeah, some people might know some ways some reasons you'd want to change your age a bunch of times, and each of those take 2 A presses, so better be really good if we do it. Yeah, I apologize that we couldn't get 0 A presses, but you know we're only about 17 minutes into the run, about 18, and we've got 6 A presses, so we're probably done A presses now, right?
Yeah, surely that's it.
Oh, and one important thing to mention, because we got Hylian Shield as child before becoming adult the first time, it is auto-equipped. That doesn't require an A press.
Yeah, that's a nice save.
Yep. So the only A press required for Hylian Shield was the one it required to get it, which feels like it shouldn't be required. There feels like there should be a way, but there just is not. Because I'm pretty sure Hylian Shield only exists in chests or shops, both of which require an A press.
Yeah, I was trying to think myself of any other ways you can get a Hylian Shield, unless you could somehow get a like to spit one out without like already having eaten a shield that you equipped.
Confuse the like to turn your Deku shield into a Hylian shield.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a very cool glitch. Someone go find that. We can GAM Hylian Shield with Longshot.
Oh, that's so easy. That's
best.
obvious. I mean, how else? How do we not think of that?
Yeah. Oh, and we're here in Temple of Time, and Uh-oh, the door is it's still closed.
It looks pretty open to me.
Oh, that's a good point. It does look open.
I know it's not. It's an illusion.
Yeah.
The illusion of choice.
Well, that should be easy enough. We can just save warp to get around it.
That was a test for the viewers. You actually can't save word because that would cost an A press.
Oh,
And
you're
both
right.
failed.
That's concerning.
Better find some other way. Oh, the double fish?
Oh, we got our fish friend. Now we're just gonna look away for a second while they delete the door. And there we go. That's that easy. So yeah, I mentioned how the bug push's child was actually really easy. This was miserable. This one was so hard.
Yes, that was just a lot of waiting for the RNG for those fish to just line up, right?
Yes. Yeah. And the lovely thing is that was actually my second time doing it, because I ended up getting a desync, and I was like, oh, the same inputs might work. Well, I'll try those out. And they were just so far away from working.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, so you may be wondering, why did we bother getting fish for that instead of bugs? Well, it turns out that Link's backwalking hitbox isn't actually on the ground. It's slightly above the ground. And bugs are pretty small. And so Link backwalks over bugs. So you can't get a backwalk bug push. You have to roll into them for a bug push.
Dang.
So we need fish. And not just do we need fish, because the fish is so even as child, no, the child one's lower. I believe it's still on the ground, but it's still lower. And you'll see here, it's blue because we're currently still holding A. You know, I guess I just forgot to release it.
You're holding A?
Yeah.
Does that mean?
Oh no, it couldn't.
What? Why is this egg in every LOTAD?
Best item.
It's a good egg.
Yeah, we need Big Goron sword. It's gonna be important.
And then pulling this grave, that's gonna be an A press, right?
Oh wait, he could just grab stuff if he's holding A. What?
You just did two actions with the same A press. It's kind of like it was a half A press for each one.
Oh my god, what? That's insane. So yeah, that was just faster. We could have if we really wanted to. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure we could have. We could have unloaded the grave, but that was significantly faster than unloading that grave.
Yeah, basically, A presses have two states, like the act of hitting it and holding it down. There's a few things in the game that actually just check if you hold it down, but most things you have to actually have a fresh press for.
Oh,
So
I should have told chat to bet on the. Should have told chat to bet on the Dampe time, but too late.
I was really curious what an all backwalk Dampe would be like. 49 seems pretty good, actually.
49 was really hard. That took multiple attempts.
Yeah, because constantly having to change backwalk angles is really awkward without being able to roll at all.
So that really does highlight just how slow all backwalk movement is. I lose a full 3 seconds to ZFG.
So hookshot took 2 A presses.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking to Dampe and the chest.
So it must be a pretty good item.
These A presses better slow down.
Yeah. Oh, we accidentally took damage. Oh, so I guess something mentioned with Z slides. Z slide when going up slopes, you slow down a bit. So Z sliding prevents that from slowing down. Oh, and that's what's called a flex drop. When you have 1 heart or less, there's a 1 in 16 chance that a fairy drops from basically anything that can drop that has RNG drops. So I guess that makes sense. We're so low on health that we'll need the fairy to survive. Can we assume that this run has has low doors? So we do know all dungeons is no doors is possible. That's been done. But sometimes opening a door will be quicker than will be better than doing something without A presses, just because skipping doors requires a lot of hovers and stuff.
And hovers, not only does hovers take like bomb ammo, it takes A press ammo because you need to either side hop or backflip.
Yep.
You need A for.
Oh.
So you won't
What's
be seeing
this?
hovering, really. Or picking up bombs.
Oh, nice way to set up RBA.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was a
Yeah.
B press in between those 2 hits of the Octorok rocks to make the bottle go over the B button when catching it.
Yeah, which is so you may be wondering, oh, could you have jumped into water? I tried, I couldn't get it, but it also doesn't matter that much. We're kind of going to be just sitting here and waiting for a little bit. Is that TAS only? Probably.
You could probably make a setup for that.
I know there are setups, but just like doing it like I did, where you just run up.
Oh yeah, just running up, that's not gonna be easy. But yeah, the bottle
there
in
is a
B,
setup for it.
the bottle in B is reverse bottle adventure. It's when you catch something on a B button, it'll modify parts of your inventory based on your C right item. So I think he did it twice there, once with empty bottle on C right, that just gives an extra bottle, and then once with hookshot on C right, and that gives another bottle in the ice arrow slot. So you see a bunch of extra bottles on the pause screen now. And then with Poe, this is a fun one. I don't think we can see what happens with Poe, right? Yet?
No, and I also want to say this was is probably the single biggest routing mistake in the run. And I'll explain why once it becomes revealed. But just know that I should not have caught that Poe and RBA'd it right now.
Oh, so it doesn't actually end up being useful now?
No, it will not.
Dang.
It lost all of about 2 seconds because we were waiting for time of day anyways.
But yeah, RBAing Poe normally would modify your bomb chew count, but it doesn't have bomb chews yet. Although, so if you modify Poe before you get bomb chews, sometimes it actually will affect when you pick up bomb chews, and sometimes it won't. It actually depends on what bomb chews you pick up.
Yes, that is true,
Yeah.
and I knew that it could work for some, but I didn't know that it didn't work for all. Which is so we'll see what happens though.
Yeah, and that was just waiting for daytime for the egg to hatch.
Yep.
The what?
The now gone egg. We have no more egg.
No more egg.
Eggs are out. Too expensive.
Yep. Oh, and another important thing, equipping sword would take an A press, so that might be the end of Master Sword.
Alright, but we have a way to crash the economy, scamming this guy, selling bugs
he's
over
very
and
nice.
over.
I feel bad for anyone who hasn't beaten Ocarina of Time that's watching this.
Yeah, I imagine if you have not played this game, this is complete nonsense.
Oh, and we RBA'd both Egg and Fairy, which gives us a fake 30 stick capacity along with 29 Deku sticks. So we're going to be making use of those sticks. And so when it came to VC exclusive tricks, the GIM we did was VC exclusive. But also, our use of Deku Sticks, which will be our main our main weapon throughout this run, is also VC exclusive. Well, not VC exclusive. It would work on like GameCube as well.
Just not N64.
Yeah.
Yeah, because N64 crashes if you use a Deku Stick as adult.
What gave Adult Wallet? That was RBAing Cucko, which we did.
Yeah, so the RBing Cucko thing actually happened when giving bugs to the beggar. So RBA just happens anytime your B button gets updated. And so if you sell him bugs on your B button, that actually counts as RBA.
Yeah. Alright, and now we need to cross this gap. And there we go. You can do so hookshot extension is normally done by pressing the A button, but you can also do it by pressing like many other buttons. You can press shield, you can press, I believe, B. I think you could even press other C buttons.
It's just any button that takes you out of first person, right?
Yeah.
So back when I was speedrunning this game, that was the only way to cross the bridge.
Yeah, and everyone hated that hookshot setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was horrible. Yeah, if there was a setup, I 100% would have used it. But there doesn't exist a 0A press setup for that. And I didn't bother making one, so I just ran up and tried. Alright, and now we can skip that guard and go up here by looking away from them. And then we can just walk up here real quick. And this is also really annoyingly precise. You probably know about this anti-grav using a side hop, and it's really easy then. But with when you just run at it, it's actually like really annoyingly precise. Oh, and the reason the guards can't catch you while you're not looking at them is just because when anything in this game is off screen, it disappears. Not anything, but most actors. And so we don't look at them; they don't exist, so they can't catch you. Yep, you can backwalk across this gap pretty easily.
Random carpet salesman.
Yep.
And finally, we have bomb shoes.
Here's our bomb shoes, and you will notice, yeah, we only have 10. Oh, and, yeah. This is definitely the worst part. I don't know why I took so long to drop the pause menu. But I guess I was thinking about what I was doing. And I definitely should have maniped a heart drop somewhere. I just forgot. But there you go. I think those were the two worst mistakes of the run. It was getting Poe, not manipulating heart drop, and I guess 3, sitting on that pause menu.
Oh, you lost like 5 seconds total. That's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really contemplating how bad that mistake was. You know, thinking about just ending it. Ending the LOTAD, not dying.
Yeah, in Minecraft.
In Minecraft, I meant, yeah.
Yeah, so that entire Gerudo trip was just for the bomb shoes.
Yep, the bomb shoes are super important. They will get a couple uses throughout this run. We like explosives, and we can't get bombs yet, or maybe ever.
Bombs need the bomb bag, for those wondering. For those that haven't played this game. That's why you can't just get it from the grass.
Yeah, the one...
That.
Yeah, so the bomb that's equipped, that's auto-equipped when you become adult. It without the bomb bag, you can't actually do anything with that, so yeah, it's just a weird side effect of becoming adult with skipping a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and for Pancake mentioning holding A, I was not holding A. I just changed my dolphin settings to have an A press B toggle A. So I was not holding A this whole time.
Oh, so this isn't a half A press?
No, this is a half A press.
Okay.
The game is holding A. I just was not physically holding A.
Okay.
That would have been annoying.
I see.
Because this A press, I mean, half A press gives us so much value. We're probably just gonna hold this for a while.
Oh yeah, also a small A press thing that a lot of people don't know about is that climbing ledges, you can actually climb faster with A. So all the ledge climbs in this are going to be slightly slower.
That pissed me off so much.
Yeah, every time I see it, I'm like, dude, you're supposed to press A when you're climbing a ledge.
That's a good pause frame.
Nice, that's
And
cool.
there we go, we can skip.
Yeah, cool little way to jump up the ropes there.
Yep. And then we can get ledge cancel right here. Ledge cancel's a pretty cool trick. This is really funny. If you don't do that, that was not a mistake to get on and off the ladder. If you don't do that, then when you get off the ladder at the top, you lose ledge cancel. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's because something about the increments of height he gains with each ladder climb puts him slightly above the ground at the top. It's really strange.
I assumed it was gravity, like your gravity's lower, so you have like a little jump at the end of.
Yeah, and it might be that too. Yeah, and yeah,
and
ledge
this
cancel.
is why we get ledge cancel. Yeah, go ahead.
Ledge cancel is the cause of that really crazy camera, but it also has the effect of being able to walk through cylindrical actors like NPCs, and so you can just walk right through Mito, like he doesn't even exist.
And there's one strat I want to mention, because you might be thinking, oh wow, that's why we got bomb shoes, that's required. The answer to that question is no. One thing that we originally thought we were going to have to do, which was super cool, if not a bit slow, was get blue fire and then drop 200 blue fires. Took about 30 minutes. I did task that once. And then Mito doesn't load.
Unfortunate that strat didn't make it in.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But what if you like went in the grotto and then went out of the grotto?
Oh, hold on, it looks like something's happening.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're dead? And we're just gonna equip a nice fairy real quick. And that is low A press minuet cutscene skip.
Yeah, so you want to explain what was going on there?
Yeah, so firstly, that is a trick called a zombie jump. You probably have seen many of those in Fire Temple. It's really commonly used. It's how we skip basically all the Fire Temple nowadays. Normally it's done with a ledge cancel, but there's no ledge you can get ledge cancel off of in Sacred Forest Meadow, so we don't do it there. But one thing you could also use is a trick called down A, which normally down A is bad because you get because you can't use your C buttons if you have anything on B where you get down A. Well, there is one way to prevent that and be able to still use your C buttons, and it's if you have a text box up, such as the Gossip Stone text box that we had, you can still use your C buttons temporarily while that's up. So what we do is we drop bugs, and what that does is it locks the C button we had bugs on to be usable the entire time, so that we can then put bomb shoes on it, have the bomb shoe kill us, put hook shot, and then use the hook shot to hook shot jump.
Yeah, and then all that was to hit the minuet cutscene from out of bounds, so that it triggers the cutscene, and then the void out from out of bounds cancels the cutscene. You still get the song, but don't have to watch the cutscene. And the cutscene, of course, would have... Is it just one A press?
One A press for minuet, yeah.
But of course,
and while we do have the song, it takes an A press to play Minuet. I mean, that we will probably never play it because of that. But yeah, we have to get the Ocarina. There'll be a couple things that we need Ocarina for that OI will not suffice. And it's also probably we play enough songs for it to be faster anyways. And now it's back to CAC. There's more stuff we want to do at CAC that we couldn't do before, because we needed at least something that we've gotten since the last trip in CAC.
Oh, nice. A door skip.
Yep. So we can skip that door nice and easily using bomb shoes, which allows us to wake up Talon. Oh, and what's that? Zero A press playing Minuet? How did that work?
You're not holding A anymore.
Yeah, it turns out that if you're holding A, then if you're holding down A or any C button, then when you pull up the Ocarina, if you press any of the other C buttons, then it will actually cause the note you were holding to be played. So by holding A and then pressing another C button, it would then play the A for us without an additional A press. In total allowing us to play Minuet without any A presses, as long as we are willing to spend a half A press. As long as we're willing to have A held down. Also important to mention that that also means that while holding A, we can't play any songs. So if we're going to be holding A, we unfortunately cannot play anything, which currently we don't have any songs we want to play. But that allows us to escape that room without an A press.
So it's actually really lucky that Minuet has an A for the first note, right? Because if it was any other note, it wouldn't work.
Yep. Yeah, so that technically means we can play both Minuet and Serenade for half an A press, although songs like Song of Storms still will take at least one. Toxic Oxygen, you're forgetting Serenade, yeah.
So basically Koji Kondo knew all along about saving A presses.
Yep.
How nice.
And now that we just left CAC, we're going back.
Back to CAC one more time.
Yeah, one thing that this route is really bad at doing is we're really good at doing. We're really good at revisiting. We're really good at revisiting areas, just because. So importantly, we needed bomb shoes to clip in, and we needed Minuet to get out. So we needed to get bomb shoes first. But to get bomb shoes, we had to first RBA the chicken, and then selling bugs was just the best way to get rupees. I was not planning on manipulating 200 worth of rupees.
Did anyone ever come up with the term Bluko for Kojiro? Or am I just like a pioneer?
I don't think so. I think people just say Blue Cuckoo or Bluebird or something like that.
Okay.
I forget. Yeah, we already RBA'd, right? Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, definitely. So that importantly gives us Bomb Bag 40, which means we can now get bombs.
Yeah, their first bomb drop, nice. Oh, yep. 2 in a row. Such good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the Kajiro. RB and Kajiro gives the 40 bomb back, as well as a quiver.
Yep. That might be useful. Also might not. What is this movement? Unfortunately, we can only backwalk, so it is very slow movement.
Can't roll, can't side hop. The two main methods of movement, and can't Hess, because Hessing is also... Well, technically you could in specific situations, but for the most part, rolling to start a Hess requires an A-press.
Yep.
This is just what old speedruns looked like before people knew that rolling was fast.
Back in the day, people backwalked a little bit too much.
Well, backwalking so fast. Why would you ever do anything else?
That's what we thought.
Oh, if they're they mean the Z sliding. Oh yeah, Z slides are cool.
Oh yeah,
and fast.
Yeah, Z sliding. It's when you repeatedly press Z every other frame. It makes Link kind of looks like he's sliding, like with 1 foot up. But yeah, it doesn't lose speed going up slopes, which is good. And it preserves whatever your previous speed was. So you can like backwalk, turn around, do a Z slide. And it'll keep that backwalk speed.
It's really the only notable speed trick we can really do for this run, sadly. But Z slides are cool, so it's okay.
Why not play with a PlayStation controller so you'd press X or O instead of A? Because then Miyamoto would come to your house for using a non-official Nintendo controller.
Dang, is that really slower? That sucks. Apparently I don't know how to aim, which also lines up with my experience. Oh yeah, and then we can do this ground clip to enter here with no A presses. Oh yeah, this was funny. Someone in the OT Discord, I think literally yesterday, was asking for help on clipping in, and someone suggested falling down from here, which I didn't reply with the fact that it works, but it does work.
So in this game, you can actually talk to some NPCs by showing them specific items. So that's why you didn't see the counter go up there.
Yep. And yeah, important to mention that even though we can't be pressing A here anyways for minuet, you can't actually you just can't use the ocarina inside Granny's house, so we can't minuet out anyways.
So that was a required A press to get out.
Yep. So unfortunately, this run is officially no doors.
Or not no doors.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, not no doors. There's at least one door.
But not this door.
Is this our first dungeon? Oh?
Oh. So that was another zombie jump, right?
Yep. And you see now why there's the bottom left is not covered by chat.
Yeah. So this is out of bounds unloaded collision. So we have a collision view on screen right now, and the original view in the bottom left corner. So that was the bottom room of Forest Temple, like the bottom room where the walls spin and stuff. So he was walking out of bounds in that room to get to the boss room early. So there's also a few other places where there'll be out of bounds movement where that collision view comes up.
Yeah, and worth saying there, that is actually like very convenient that works, because as you saw, we really did land right on the corner. It is very tight. And unlike normally where you can just go higher, you actually hit your head on the ceiling there. You can't can't go any higher than we did, really. So yeah, that's extremely precise and very convenient that it just barely works. Oh yeah, and here's another fun thing. as I'm sure you noticed, I haven't jump slashed in here yet, so I don't have jump slash damage. And there's a good reason why I didn't jump slash. That takes an A.
I like that you said, I'm sure you noticed. Was it more than 2 people in chat noticed that?
Yeah, that's fair. This was one of the things I was not looking forward to, was fighting bosses without jump slash damage.
Yeah, so that means you're basically always going to have much lower damage for all the bosses, I guess.
Yeah, that is true.
But not too bad. You can just stun lock them.
I forgot how long it takes to kill him with just stick slash.
Yeah, I guess for most bosses you can jump slash from a ledge, but not Phantom Ganon. Nothing you can jump off of in this room.
Yep. Watching Forest cutscene? Who knows? Maybe we're skipping it.
No.
No.
Watching the whole cutscene. I imagine it would cost several A presses to skip. Or at least one.
2.
2, okay.
Because dying takes 2.
Right, yeah, so dying is kind of off the table.
Yep.
It's actually pretty interesting having the restriction of no dying and no save warping.
Oh yeah.
Since runs rely on those so much, it's actually pretty interesting to see the alternatives to those.
Yep. Although we have already seen 2 deaths with 2 zombie jumps.
Yeah, not true deaths, they're fairies, so no game overs.
Yeah.
Fairies are okay. Fairies aren't a death, every casual player knows that.
That is true. If you don't have 3 fairies at all times, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Only 3 though, not 4, because no one's getting the Poe bottle.
Yeah.
That bottle sucks.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Every casual player ever only gets 3. 3 blue potions.
Yeah, 3 blue potions. Yeah, this run is not RTA viable. There are a bunch of pretty precise tricks, and without A button, setups are bad.
Yeah, this is a playback of a test.
Yeah, there are setups for some tricks. For example, the GIM we did has a setup, and part of the setup, I believe, is to precisely hold an exact unit perfect analog value.
Yeah, so that's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's very fun.
I mean, I'm sure setups could be found if more people were looking for setups. I'm sure like some things could be closer to viable, but it's still gonna be incredibly hard, especially with the restriction on saving, because I mean most of the time when you're doing like these really hard runs, your fallback is okay. You can just save and retry, but you can't really do that in a low A press run. So that would make an actual RTA run of this insanely hard.
Yeah, I mean, everything has to be first try, basically, and there's a lot of stuff that's super precise. And you've already seen that we've relied on some RNG for some stuff, like getting bombs. There's not going to be a way to get bomb drops other than just manipulating them. And while that's not, like, limiting for an RTA run, it certainly wouldn't be fun. Will there be a Zelda kiss? Who's Zelda?
I can't say that on our birthday.
That's the main character right in front of you.
Oh, good point. And One thing I'll also point out, because I forgot to point out earlier, is that when we played Minuet earlier in the run, we did so by dropping bugs with Odd Potion on C right, which gives us the Song of Time along with all 3 spiritual stones. You can guess which of those is important.
Yeah, and then doing it with Poacher Saw there also gives a few songs. That's what, Zelda's Lullaby, Nocturne, Prelude, and Serenade.
Yep. And yeah, I will mention the spiritual stones do not count for the sake of being in dungeons. We still need to beat the dungeons.
Yeah, the dungeon requirement does require going into the blue warp and getting the stone or medallion from the blue warp. So it just means we get a little double.
The progress is still 1 out of 8, just Forest Temple right now.
Yep. No, we haven't done any RBA that deletes medallions, although doing it is not actually against the rules. You don't need to end with every medallion, you just need to get them at some point. At least I think that's true.
Okay, do we want to talk about the estimate?
Time estimate?
Yeah, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say, right? It's like,
yeah,
I'm not exact, but it's around 3 hours. So we're about a third in.
Okay, apparently we never voted on if you need to end with the medallions. I went with what's on speedrun.com now. I didn't delete any medallions. Don't worry about it.
I swear we did vote on that at some point. I swear there was like some SRM discussion on that. Oh well.
You just gotta do a new vote every 4 years.
Yeah, no, not even 4 years. We gotta make sure we always continuously have 1 vote going at a time.
On the note for more hearts, we totally could get more hearts. We could have grabbed the Phantom Ganon heart container, but we didn't.
Lucky that song
Magic.
has no A presses.
Yes. Magic will be very important throughout this run. By an hour in the run, Zeef's used way over 48 presses.
Oh yeah, I'm at several hundred at that point. If not 1,000. I'm mashing that button. Alright, I'm pressing the reset button. Exactly. I mean, reset puts it back at 0.
Alright, we're running out of bombs.
I can tell how fun that RNG manip was there by how long it took between slashes.
Yeah, I definitely could have done this better, but there is a reason I did, and it's not required. It's just yes, that could be done way faster, Pancake, but the reason I didn't is because I really didn't feel like flipping into here. I didn't want to do that. I Navi dived.
Actually opening the waterfall, rare.
It's free.
Yeah, free. 0 A presses.
Yep. There are technically other options, but they're all kind of bad.
There's one. Yeah, A-presses and songs do count. So you gotta be very careful on song A-presses. Oh, are we doing the jump?
Yeah.
The rando jump.
That was really slow. Oh my god. But yeah, you can just jump there. It's pretty precise. Normally people do a setup.
Yeah, there's other easier ways to clip out of bounds to skip it, but that would require an A-press.
I'm pretty sure you can actually do the clip, the normal clip, by falling down with the jump slash, but that was probably faster. I didn't time it.
Yeah. Probably would have been like roughly the same.
Jabu time. How are we getting into Jabu?
Yeah, any of the hover methods require like probably at least 2 A-presses. Get into Jabu.
Yeah.
Any of the clips.
Oh, fish. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, yeah, just go back to child and then use the fish.
Child costs A.
Oh, right.
So yeah, here's FW. Probably not the world's biggest surprise that we're getting it, but it will probably get less use than you're expecting it to.
Nice super swim.
Yep.
Nice going doctor.
How are we gonna leave? Ooh, that's a good question. We do have a suspiciously shaped large Zora in the way to leave.
Yeah, you're kind of trapped in Zora's Fountain right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not a dungeon, we're just here for fun, by the way. This doesn't count.
Yep.
It's a mini dungeon,
we just-
they don't count.
We just want to come back later.
Oh, we have
This is how we leave.
a 0 A-press song, of course.
Yep. Prelude will be very nice to have. Yeah, we also could have, if we didn't have Prelude, we could have dropped Blue Fire on King Zora, and that actually just lets us walk through him.
Alright, so this run doesn't actually do the blue fire thinging at all, right?
Nah, we don't.
Do you want to explain what it is, just because it's really funny?
The one where we get through King Zora?
Just like in general, the mechanic, because I think we have a long backwalk section here anyway.
Yeah. So it was originally in the route that unfortunately got removed. What we were going to do is we thought that we couldn't skip the minuet cutscene for a bit, and so what we were going to have to do is use the A press we use from opening the hookshot chest, and then go to Ice Cavern. Get Blue Fire. We use the Blue Fire to melt King Zora, which just lets us walk through him. And then when we drop 200 Blue Fires out of bounds, they, for some reason, do not go away. They just stay there and fall forever. And when there's 200 actors loaded, no more actors can load. And that includes Mido, so we can walk through him, allowing us to play Minuet in the cutscene using the same half A-press mechanic we've been using to play it. So we could then watch the Minuet cutscene with 0 A-presses. That did get routed out because it takes about 30 minutes to do, and
Yeah.
as much as it's cool, that's a very long time.
But yeah, the 200 blue fires thing is pretty silly and funny. But
Yeah, that can be done in a lot of places, actually.
Yeah.
If there's ever a load trigger between two areas, you can unload actors in it by dropping... Yeah, I did it on the first take, and then had a desync, and said, I don't want to do that again. I could probably get around it, and so I did. Yep, and now we have we traded Saw, but we still have Saw. No, this is the lowest A presses. That's the same number of A presses. It was just the minuet. The minuet cutscene skip was just something that we didn't realize we could do, but really should have realized. But yeah, so by equipping Saw twice using Equip Swap, we can trade Saw while still having it equipped, which could potentially be useful. Oh, we're revisiting another spot again.
One more back to Keck.
Yep. 11 is current up to this point. It may not be total.
Finally, the Dongo's Cavern.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
Gonna have to go there at some point.
Yeah, but it's scary. I mean, how are we gonna get all the way to the boss?
Yeah, so I guess this is just another long travel section. The low A press restriction makes a lot of like fast travel options a lot slower.
Yeah. Yeah, it's brutal. It would have been really nice to play Bolero here.
Yeah. We're just going all the way up here.
Yeah. Big Goron Sword's so important that we just need to get it right now.
And now Prescription and Saw at the same time. Very interesting.
Yep.
Nice void, dude.
Void out to go down here, nice.
Yeah, faster way down. Just
Yep.
die.
Yeah, I will mention that I did talk about the fact that that potentially RBAing Broken Goron Sword could be useful for the sake of for whatever. I'm not going to say why it could be useful. It could potentially be useful, but we can't do that until after we beat Shadow and Spirit, and we have not even entered either of those dungeons, so we're not doing that, and that's why we didn't do it. Shroud took, I don't remember how long it actually took to make, but probably about a month to actually make it, and then 2 or 3 to actually TAS it. And here are a couple more flex drops. Unfortunately, we won't be able to just continue using our same fairy over and over again now that we can no longer equip swap it without deleting something useful.
Yeah, and also the fairies, so when fairies are caught over non-real bottles, like the bottles outside of the 4 main bottle slots, those fairies will only work if they're both equipped and you have a fairy in a real bottle as well. So that's why you gotta get multiple fairies and then also have them equipped to make them work.
Yep. Yeah, there are an annoying amount of flex drops for fairies in this run. Well, we're back here. It really feels like we could have done this in one trip, and I think we could have, but I don't think it would have been faster. Well, I know we could have, but I don't believe it would be faster.
And then the saw there obviously unfreezes King Zora.
Yep, and using prescription, we can get everyone's favorite item.
Eyeball frog. But yeah, the unfreezing King Zora thing, if a text box is on screen while the camera pans towards King Zora, it messes with how the red ice loads, and then so next time he will be unfrozen. So just any text box will do.
Yeah, and so when I say that we could have done this in the same trip, doing that would have required doing reverse King Zora skip, which, as I mentioned, the only method for that we can do is going into Ice Cavern all the way to Blue Fire, and that will take a while. It might still be faster than revisiting everything, but it would have at least been really close. And I didn't time it, so I don't know which is faster. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're doing a good job at trading the frog right now.
Yeah, kind of going in the complete opposite direction.
Yep.
That's fine.
And here's where we repair our mistake from earlier.
Fog's really weird in this area. Is that normal?
I have no clue what causes that. Oh, shout out to anyone who knows why I dropped that bomb.
Might just be a time of day thing. Oh yeah, very important bomb drop there. Yeah, so the reason for that bomb drop, there's a really cool thing where if you have the hook shot in your hand when you give that guy Poacher Saw, and you match to the text really fast, you soft lock.
Yep.
And so
yeah, so that was why we. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's why the bomb drop was just to put away the hook shot so it doesn't soft lock.
Yeah, and also the reason we had saw equipped for all this time was that we wanted the frog or the timer, but we still wanted to be able to get Broken Goron Sword again. And now we have Broken Goron Sword and a timer.
Yeah, and specifically the Broken Goron Sword is in the item slot. And the reason for that is normally when the timer expires, it'll warp you to a certain place based on what's in that item slot, like the frog would warp you back to King Zora. But if the frog isn't in that item slot, I guess we'll see. Yeah, so yeah, it's back to Broken Goron Sword in that slot now.
Yeah, maybe we'll see, or maybe we won't. We're gonna be mashing B for a second here, and that freezes the timer.
Yeah, and then so this way, the timer is gonna be stuck at 0 seconds, and not actually warp anywhere.
Yeah, so while what ZFG was mentioning is important, it's actually not the entire reason that we need it. There will be another reason why we want to have Broken Goron Sword again.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, this was just where I ended up being when I needed to void out, so I voided out here. There might have been somewhere quicker to void out. I was hoping to void out in Wasteland, but I just was not very close at all to being able to do that. Maybe if I didn't get the Poe, I could have. But yeah, we're back in Wasteland. Well, not yet, but we will be in a second.
Yeah, and again, that just that anti-gravity thing skips the load trigger at the bottom, so that the gate doesn't load. The gate blocking Wasteland doesn't load. It's an easy way to get to Wasteland. It's already the second time.
Actually, the only way. It's actually the only way to get to Wasteland.
Yeah, without A presses. Yeah. All right, this time no carpet guy. We're actually going the whole way.
Yep. Luckily, we know the way. Blue fire, yes, that would technically work, but we have...
Everyone just wants blue fire to work or something. Everyone's just trying to force it to be the option.
You know, blue fire sounds like a great rando strat for you to keep in mind, ZFG.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. That might actually be good.
I cannot imagine a scenario where it's ever okay.
All right, Colossus.
Yeah.
So we're almost at Spirit Temple.
Well,
finally, time for Spirit Temple.
Yeah, but there's something else we want first. Arguably the best item in the run.
A little detour.
Yep. Apparently, I got a really bad backlog angle. Yeah. This is a normally useless item, but it's pretty cool.
Finally, Nehru's Love, time to shine.
No, we are not still mashing B. We only had to mash B until we voided out. Yeah, and we are going to notice why we got this item very, very quickly.
Yeah, because you're already at low health. That's probably why.
Yeah. And this is why magic is so important.
Check this out.
So, Nora's Love allows Hesse without an A button.
Yeah, so it turns out normally when you want to do a Hess or a lot of the other tricks that require a roll to do, the reason they work is largely due to the fact that you have invincibility during the roll. And another thing that gives invincibility is Neighbor's Love. So this means we have a way to get invincibility without a roll.
There's another thing we need to talk about real quick.
Oh?
That is called a back shot. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. And there might be another one. So I do want to say thank you to Jeniger, I think that's how you pronounce it, for giving me coordinates for those back shots. Yeah, so you probably have seen backshot for entering Well, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, so normally when you're trying to hookshot something from the backside, it doesn't actually work. The hookshot just goes through it. But it turns out if the hookshot is perfectly precise so that it actually ends directly on like the exact coordinate where the hookshotable wall starts, you can actually hookshot it from the back. And so it actually has to be done twice there to get to this room.
Yep, and using this is the boss key room. So first thing we did was if you do the hookshot stagger trick that normally gives you a hookshot jump, and the frame after you press hookshot, you press Furrow's Wind, you get walking while talking with the Furrow's Wind text, which is important because it gets us a text box to be able to use our C buttons with down A. So using that, we can do a zombie jump. This room that we're in doesn't actually, nothing useful in here, but over here, in the little mirror room, there are some hookshotable walls. And unfortunately, because we had to do a weird shot, we are we're gonna be waiting for a hot second.
Yeah, and also again, this is the step you're seeing right now is collision view, where this is normally an out of bounds room where nothing is viewable. Like there's collision, but there's no textures or anything. So you're seeing the collision view here, and then the original view on the bottom left, where there's nothing there. And yeah, so here we gotta wait for Neighbor's Love, because Neighbor's Love is great because it lets you do stuff like Weird Shot and Hess without an A press, but it also doesn't let you die, and we need both of those things. So you gotta just wait it out.
Yep. And so someone talked about, someone mentioned in chat, presumably as a shitpost, oh, magic's so good, why didn't you get double magic? I highly regret not getting double magic.
All that just to skip opening the boss door.
Yep.
Well, skipping a lot of doors in the Spirit. There's multiple doors, even before the boss door.
And now it's time to reveal how we beat Twinrova with 0 A presses. Not with 0 A presses, with no mirror shield. That's the thing we're doing.
Oh.
It's gonna be really exciting. Just you wait.
Oh. That's anticlimactic. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
okay, you're good, you're good.
Yeah, we prepped. And so now we stand here and wait. And then we realize we can't do it, and we need to run away from our impending doom. And then you can do a hookshot clip to get into the statue room.
Nice. And then, yeah, I guess that's the only way in here with the 0 A presses.
Yep, at least loaded. You can get into this unloaded pretty easily.
Yeah,
but
true.
we want it to be loaded. And yeah, this room is actually the only reason we came here.
It's pretty useful that the Iron Knuckle is hookshotable.
Yeah. Now, finally, we're RBAing the Poe. Again, this modifies bomb chew count, so now there's a bunch of bomb chews.
Alright, so by getting time stop on a thing that pulls up the whatever it's called, the song staff, you can play Prelude, and then the next time you open Ocarina, the song will actually warp you away, but because we did it while jumping onto that button, we can use Furrow's Wind at the same time, which allows us to do a Furrow's Wind Prelude Void Warp, which can give us dot skip as adult.
Nice.
And that's why Furrow's Wind was set in Ice Cavern. We needed a place with coordinates which were inbounds in Temple of Time, which Ice Cavern is. And Spirit Temple is not.
So explain how you warp to Temple of Time.
Yeah, so if you go with a buffered Ocarina press, which needs to either be Ocarina items or Bomb OI, I guess those are both OI, it can't be actual Ocarina, then Link will pull out the Ocarina on the first frame he lands on the button, but at the same time, the button will, for some reason, let you use Furrow's Wind. and that means that you can return Furrow's Wind while Prelude is taking you away, and by doing that, you're able to actually Void Warp, just like we did.
Yeah, so that it uses the map of Prelude, which is Temple of Time, but the coordinates of where Furrow's Wind was set, which is Ice Cavern.
Yep. And room number, which is room 0, which for some reason this is room 0 in Temple of Time instead of...
Yeah, Temple of Time is actually split into 2 rooms where the front area is room 1 and the back is room 0. And then we have another A press for going back in time.
Yeah, and like Toxic Oxygen is mentioning, fish push dot skip you might think is possible. And if I don't think it is, it might be. It's hard to say, but the big issue with that is jumping around the door is extremely precise as child, and it's just going to be just a ton more precise as adult. And you don't have that kind of precision. So this was our only way.
Spent an A going back to child, so you know it's going to be worth it. Otherwise, obviously we wouldn't have done it.
Oh yeah, the timer gaining a second. So whenever you play a warp song with a timer, the game always sets it to 1 second. It's supposed to make it go from like any higher number directly down to 1, so that you can't cheese it. So that it's supposed to automatically expire as soon as you warp. But if you have it to 0, it actually adds a second and goes up to 1. But realistically, it doesn't really matter.
No, not at all. So chat, do you believe 12 is going to be the number? We probably don't ever need to become adult again. But yeah, so fish dot skip is possible as adult without hover boots, and it is possible with a roll. It's been done, but as far as I can tell, and far as we can tell, it's not possible with a backwalk.
Because you just can't get a good enough angle with the backwalk.
Yeah, because I believe you have something like 200 or 300 angle range. In which you're able to both get back in bounds as child and clip as child, and you just have so much less, and clipping is so much harder as adult, where you can almost certainly not get into anywhere near that range, and you get pushed further away by the door. I can believe that it's possible. I wasn't going to do it. This is more interesting to me anyways. So pressing A to play in a warp song does count, but that was done by releasing A actually with an already pressed it one.
Actually, just to be clear, so like that entire section in between setting Furrow's Wind in Ice Cavern and getting to the Prelude cutscene, going to Spirit, like that entire section was just for the cutscene skip, just to get to the Prelude cutscene. That plus Nearest Low.
Timer.
Oh yeah, and timer.
Nearest Low and a timer.
Okay, yeah, timer, Nearest Low.
So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And that's actually a pretty cool trick right there. When the Deku Stick is burning, you're actually able to clip there. You can't do it when the Deku Stick's not burning. And yeah, Sword gets auto-equipped as child whenever you go back in time.
Yeah, even if you never got it.
So this is how we enter Jabu, with the jump slash as child.
Yeah, the classic easy method. Nothing special there.
Yep, and we're gonna set Furrow's Wind. And now we need to get past King Zora the other way, and this time our actual only choice. Actually, that's not true. We could have, now that we have Nearest Low, we can A-slide, clip through him, but we're not going to do that. Nope, not time for Adult. If you go Adult, Furrow's Wind goes away, so that's not going to be useful. Yeah, we need to meet Zelda. Yeah, so Rando changed the way Furrow's Wind worked with age change. In Rando, there's a separate Furrow's Wind as child and adult. That's not true. In Vanilla, what actually happens is Furrow's Wind gets unset when you go when you change between times.
Yep, you cannot do that. Although, one exception is Light Arrow cutscene. If you...
That's a weird exception to bring up.
I only brought it up because it's just an interesting thing that sort of became relevant somewhat recently. But I mean, we can bring it up. Should I hold off on explaining more about it?
Just keep it in the back of your mind.
Yeah, keep it in the back of your mind.
I would agree with that.
Oh, we're going really far out of bounds. Dude, the town is fake?
Yep. Town? Yeah.
It always was.
Town is fake. There's something important over here. Everyone's shouting out, Aki, you look like fools in a second. This is not the Aki trick. Because we failed the Void Warp.
Oh, desync? Oh, rip.
No? Oh, maybe.
Wait.
It's night.
Sure is night.
Eventually it won't be night.
Sun always comes up eventually.
Alright, it's not night anymore.
Alright.
So, I'm sure you're wondering why we did that void while playing Prelude. And I would encourage you to keep wondering that.
Oh, right in the river. That's because we already have all the spiritual stones, and so the bridge is up waiting for the cutscene where Zelda escapes. Cutscene that I guess we're not gonna watch.
Well, no. Why would we want the Ocarina of Time? We already have Song of Time.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because the Ocarina of Time is useless. We only need only the Ocarina of Time is actually meaningful. Ocarina of Time and Fairy Ocarina are functionally identical and have no actual difference.
Well, one of them's titular.
Well, yeah, but
Good point.
that's just that doesn't actually mean anything.
Just had to fuck that sign real quick.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of interesting that in the game Ocarina of Time, you get an Ocarina of Time item that functionally does nothing different than any other Ocarina. I don't know what they were thinking.
Alright, just need to get some fairies.
Yeah. Well, and magic.
Right. Wait, was there actually a reason for the sign or not?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Miyamoto.
Alright, I trust you.
It's probably the exact reason that you're thinking. Unless if you're not thinking anything, then it's not that. Alright, so this next trick is gonna be pretty weird. So this is Death Hole. If you die when entering a hole, a grotto, you what does is the game thinks you should now be in the grotto, which is really important for timer expiring, because now when the next timer expires, it means that we will end up inside that grotto as opposed to back in Hyrule Field like we otherwise would have. So that's going to be important to keep in mind. But how is this timer going to expire? It's frozen, and we don't have Saria's song. Oh, what? Is Link going to make it back? Is he going to drown? We should get Saria's? You have to meet Zelda to get Saria's. We can't do that.
Because you have to crawl into a hole to meet Zelda.
Yeah,
You
and
also have
press
to
A.
press A to talk to her.
Yep.
But, uh-oh. Link drowned. But, maybe you remember something. I don't know why you would know this, actually. No, you wouldn't. That, when one timer stops, another starts. So our timer's unfrozen. So it's at 1 second, and now we're mashing B. But because we died and revived in water, this actually gives us walking while talking. But because there's a text box, it's freezed our C button, or C and B buttons, so I can mash B to stop it without slashing the sword. And now there is, and now this is Lax wrong warp. So what happened here was we placed a bomb shoe at the same exact cutscene pointer as the prelude was in the last place we watched. The reason we had to do a void warp was because the current the location prelude is normally is in such a bad location in memory where it will get overwritten in Hyrule Field, but you can't actually reach it. So doing that allows us to... So by doing a void warp, it changes the cutscene pointer to something that doesn't get overwritten in Hyrule Field. So we can set it in CAC, go to Hyrule Field without it changing, and then do Lax Wrong Warp.
And so the stuff in CAC, that was for the setup for making it so that the wrong warp would go to Lax, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so not only does this turn us adults, but there is something that someone accidentally hinted at earlier.
Yeah, I didn't even mean to hint at it, but yes, Lido cutscene, so it has the flashback of being child, and then it turns you adult. And we mentioned how before going between adult and child deletes Furrow's Wind. That is not true for the adult and child change during Lido cutscene. So by doing the wrong warp to Lido cutscene, we become adult again without pressing A.
Yep. And also keeps Furrow's Wind set in Jabu. I don't know if you mentioned that. You might have.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that, yeah. Yeah, so Furrow's Wind is still set in Jabu.
Yep. And even more importantly than that... Oh, actually, no, this is not important. This is just something weird. That flashing green text that we saw, yeah, sorry for not warning. That didn't happen to me. I don't know why that happens.
It didn't happen to me either, but we were probably both on Dolphin. So
yeah, I was on Dolphin.
On a real Wii, it probably has that green thing.
I guess that's weird.
So oh yeah, and becoming adult also does BA. So now we have a boomerang on B.
Yeah, and then BA. That's because last time we were adult, adult had bottle on B, and then if you go back in time, then forwards in time with bottle on B, you'll get a different item on B based on your C right item as child. So then child had a C right item that was equivalent of 13.
Fairy.
Was it a fairy? Okay,
it's
yeah.
fairy.
Yeah, so
yeah,
fairy
equivalent of 14.
Yeah, so 14. Yeah, not 13. 13 is Furrow's Wind. But yeah. So fairy was on C right. And 14... Fairy points to Decky Sticks. There's 14 Decky Sticks. We get item 14 on B, which is Boomerang.
Yep.
And more neighbors love Hessing. Finally, we can Hess.
Oh yeah. Very worth it. saw a guy beat the game in 15 minutes. That's pretty slow. We can do 5 now. Actually, we do 3 now, don't we?
Yeah. Like 3:45 something.
Yeah, so you may be wondering, why did we go to Goron City?
Forgot
Yep.
where you were going.
That must have been it.
It happens.
Yeah. Good point, Tuxaction. I have not done any kind of any percent.
Yeah, we as in all OOT speed, we can all get such a good time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we as in humanity, of course, because we as humanity, our collective goal is always improving Ocarina of Time speedruns. Given Big Oron his broken sword again.
Yep. Yeah, and if we had... Because we needed a timer that would not be Frog, it was important that we had something else other than Frog. But if we... Normally you do Papato over it. But if you do that, you can't get it back. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention this. The reason that Death Hole was important is that it's important that we get sent somewhere with the wrong word that doesn't already have a cutscene, and every entrance inside Hyrule Field has a cutscene. So we had to do Death Hole. And down A again. Seen this a few times.
Yeah, see how it says down on the A button?
Astute Japanese speaking viewers will know.
Yep. It's also not important because we're not going to go down. We can't press A. Alright, using that we can do this Furrow's Wind Dive. And you fall for a while.
Now we're in Jabu. So this is Jabu with the coordinates of where Furrow's Wind was set, which was Jabu with the coordinates of Goron City, because it was the last void, the void out coordinates.
Yep, and it was important that it was Goron City because that's the only place that's inbounds. This is the pre-boss room, and then we can do this to clip in. And there we go. That's how we get to Baronade. Did any astute viewers notice anything important about that section?
You're not child.
Yeah. That was actually the Hest specifically in that section was Pancake's one section.
Oh, nice. Shoutouts to Pancake.
I couldn't get that Hest. Well, I could get the Hest, I couldn't clip.
It's pretty cool that Jabu takes teamwork. Like, the original developer intention of, like, entering Spirit as a child, then coming back as an adult, but, like, actually doing it here to be Jabu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. The original co-op slop.
It's very true. This run would not have happened without Pancake Turtle. Also, he helped me sync the run, so that was also important.
Great cutscene as adult.
Yep, can't skip it. Well, we probably could have. Would not have been faster.
Yeah, and usually this cutscene skip is only really worth it if you want a wrong warp from it too.
Yep.
And presumably there's no meaningful wrong warps you could do from this.
No, not really. Oh yeah, because so when Pancake originally found that clip, he found it where you fall out of bounds and jump slash back in, and then somehow he managed to do it again where you clip while staying in bounds the whole time, which is really weird. And it was very fast. And you see that clip done in all dungeons with hover boots, and it's a lot easier with hover boots for some reason.
Oh yeah, we're at 2 out of 8 dungeons, for those people keeping count.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, it's going to take forever.
Yeah, going kind of slow. Pick up the pace.
You can't say that, we already know the run's about 3 hours long.
That's a good point. Yeah, this was just me being lazy.
The lullaby for the fairy. Didn't want to manip a fairy.
Well, the issue isn't that I didn't want to manip a fairy, it's that I didn't want to manip more fairies.
I see. I mean, honestly, it's pretty cool to see the lullaby for fairies get used in a run sometimes.
Yeah, I already had to manip a fairy here. I didn't want to manip two. Except it's, well, you'll see in a second.
Oh, dude, you could have done the Deku Stick butterfly fairies.
Yeah, maybe I could have done that because I'm coming over here to manip even more fairies.
Nice.
I had to manip, I believe it was 8 magic drops and 3 fairies, and I didn't want to do that. Butterflies are definitely there as a door.
Yeah, I saw the. I only mentioned that because I saw the butterflies as you were leaving.
Yeah, that might have been faster than playing ZL. I don't actually know, but yeah, the answer is I probably should have just manipped all 3 fairies.
No, it's cool to see the lullaby used for one.
It's variety. Someone here just learned for the first time that you can do that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at how many people don't actually know that. Okay, so Frozen was still set because after doing a Void Warp, it doesn't actually unset Frozen. So I had to delete it there.
Yep, it's finally time for DC, guys.
Oh, the back-to-back spells. Dude, Neighbor's Love in DC. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, now Neighbor's Love not in DC.
I was hoping for a nice reference to a certain video.
I would have loved to reference that video, but not quite doable.
No Dudong's Cavern today.
Yeah, I mean, I did have Ella Levitate. I should have just done it. No, Elder Levitate did not play back on macros. That's fine, I could have spliced it in.
You could have got another custom GZ fork for it.
Yeah, it sounds like a good use of the custom GZ fork. Well, you might have a guess on where we're going, but you also might not.
I mean, there's kind of only one path down this area. I like how you can still see the floor's wind lighting for some reason.
I want someone to figure out if that fog earlier was from time of day in Gerudo Valley.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't notice that before. I'm sure it was there, but I just never noticed.
Feel like a new Easter egg. You really love this trick.
I do.
It's good
Yeah,
thing they
this
put
is
that-
this is what, the third time.
I think this is the third time we've used it to escape the gate. Fourth time we've gone up here, though. Because we did it once to freeze
Oh
the
right,
timer.
yeah. It's just so cool to get up here early.
It is. And I never got good at that seam walk. I always stared at it for a second before doing it.
I'm still bad at it. It's okay.
Yeah, but I have frame advance.
Does this only work at night?
No.
It's
do it-
easy. It's
I think
easier
it's
at
day
night.
every other time.
Yeah, so you can work. You can do it at day 2, but they have shorter vision at night, so it is easier at night.
I just want an excuse to talk about the shorter vision. Just
Yeah, it was a good excuse
Trivia.
for it. It is nice trivia to bring up. I saw the the attempt at it, and I realized I had to bring it up.
Apparently, the white clothing stationary ones have the same vision.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Why did I not Hess? Oh, I remember why I didn't Hess here. Okay.
why is that?
Yeah, the answer is because I was lazy.
Oh,
that-
of course.
That's
Good
not the
answer.
full answer. That's not the full answer, and the full answer I will reveal in a few seconds, but it boils down to I was lazy. No, Pancake, you probably won't like the answer.
Here we go. Now some more hessing.
Yep, had to wait until here. And the very important reason for why... Oh, I also hessed faster there because I got stuck before. The answer for why is because I didn't want to do backshots twice. This is the exact same inputs as you saw earlier. And if I had set Nera's Love earlier, it would have ran out. So I had to wait.
Yes, we're redoing this entire Spirit Temple sequence from earlier.
Yep. And it's important to mention, I'm not actually, even though it's looked like I'm standing still right there, I'm not. Link is moving extremely slightly to the left. Yeah. Those positions are float precise along one axis, not along both axes. So it's not as precise as it could be. Yeah, it's not as precise as it could have been, but it's still extremely precise. Although there are something like 1,000 working inputs, or working floats, which sounds like a lot until you realize that there's over 1,000 floats in between, like, any two integers.
Is
Yeah,
that
it's-
true? At 2 shooters?
Yeah, because floats are precise to, I believe, 5, 4. No, that's false. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, 8 mainly between 1 and 2. Although it is a lot less, significantly less depending on the integers. you use. Floats are, I believe, precise until to 4 digits of precision.
Yeah, so again, this entire sequence it's weird shotting into the room where the rolling boulders are, and then from there another weird shot into the room where you would climb up to the spinning snake statue, and then the zombie hookshot jump into the room where the boss key would be, and then this is the room where you would lower the mirror. And then this is where we're gonna set up one more zombie jump for the boss key skip. This is all just the best way to get around Spirit Temple without pressing A. And we gotta wait again for Neighbor's Love to run out to actually die for the zombie jump.
Yep.
Can you ball adventure mirror shield? You cannot.
Well,
There
you can.
is,
It just
well,
doesn't work.
sort of. So you can, so technically if you do RBA with, is it Goron Mask or Zora Mask? I forgot. One of those
One of them.
modifies swords and shields, which does include Mirror Shield. However, it's too high of a value. So you can delete Mirror Shield with RBA, but you cannot get Mirror Shield with RBA.
Oh, the question was, could you RBA? Because you can BA it, you can get it on B. It
Oh,
just
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
work.
Yeah, if you get Mirror Shield on B, it is not actually a Mirror Shield. I think it's version dependent. I think some versions it's a blue fire and some versions it crashes. Something like that. But it's not a real shield on B.
And it is Zora's Mask that that does.
Okay, Zora Mask, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, now I'm saying that I'm less confident. I'm still pretty confident, but I'm less confident.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Zora Mask. Yeah, because I remember specifically the Zora Mask does swords, and if it does swords, it must also do shields.
Yeah, because Goron Mask I know does tunics.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've already seen this, and you may be wondering why we detoured all the way to Dodongo's Cavern to do this, because we were so close to Ice Cavern, which is where we used last time. And so last time, all that mattered was that we were in bounds, because the cutscene would move us from wherever we ended up. This time, not only do we need to be in bounds, we also need to not be in the loading zone. And turns out Ice Cavern puts you in the loading zone, so you will immediately leave if you do that. So it was actually important that we use something other than Ice Cavern. In this case, Dodongo's Cavern was the most convenient, despite being really not convenient.
Spent another A. Spent another A again.
Dang,
Yeah,
2 back-to-back.
It is unfortunate.
And we're still at 2 dungeons?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
but we
it's
have
blue now. We're holding A.
Frozen on B now, though. That's great.
Yep. It's kind of surprising that that would end up being useful, right?
Yeah, considering you gotta press A lot for Frozen, right?
Well, we've already used it.
Oh yeah, there's
right?
also half A press there. The A press held for picking up Master Sword was then used for playing Serenade.
Yep, and we were out of magic, so had to come over here and manip a magic drop. I'm sure you can definitely, you're definitely realizing how important. Yeah, I guess you can definitely realize why I said that getting double magic probably would have been a good idea. We've manipped a lot of magic drops, and we are not done manipping magic drops.
So if you have Furor's Wind on B, you can just use it anywhere, not just in dungeons.
Yep.
Yep, anywhere where you can normally use sword, which is almost anywhere. Also, we got ledge cancel again, so you can actually set up ledge cancel climbing out of water. And then ledge cancel again is one of the things you need for doing a zombie jump. So getting ledge cancel, hookshotting that, and dying at the same time lets you do a huge jump, clip out of the room, and then go straight into the boss room for Morpha.
Yep. I believe this was actually the first found use of zombie jump.
Yeah, it was. It's very cool.
Yeah, the old low A hover clip was horrible and used a lot of A presses, so I'm glad we're not doing that. Yeah, we were just in Spirit. We only used Spirit for dot skip so that we could BA Thrower's Wind. So you may be wondering, how is Thrower's Wind needed here? And the answer is, it's not. It's just faster. But Thrower's Wind is needed somewhere. It will save the 2A presses we used to get it at some point.
So is it dead even though?
No, it saves 3.
Okay.
And yes, this is by far the least important BA that we do. Boomerang saved something like 6 A presses, I think. Because getting Boomerang... Actually, it's almost certainly more than that. Getting Boomerang is horrible.
Yeah, you have to talk to Rudo multiple times, open the chest, pick up Rudo.
So I was just picking doors, but yeah, you need to open a chest and pick up Rudo. Is ISG faster than crouch stab? No, but we only have a limited amount of sticks. Although I probably should have used the sticks here.
Yeah, and then Frozen here, not absolutely necessary, but skips the cutscene, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, as Nat pointed out in chat, we can void warp to Boomerang, but it requires a cutscene 0 wrong warp into Jabu, which either requires us beating Jabu first, or getting Garuda card. Garuda card straight up requires 8 A presses. It's never... Actually, no, it requires 12. You have to talk to the Carpenters before the fight and after. Wait, what? How do we do it without the wrong warp? I don't know of anybody who does it without the wrong warp. Yeah, isn't there no room number high enough? Okay, DC has one. Okay, I believe that there is then. But yeah, we need a bunch of drops.
Oh wait, we're at 3 out of 8. I keep losing count.
Yeah, so for Dynawarp, there could have been some interesting things with Dynawarp. I didn't look too much into it, but just getting into just Dynawarping in general, just at least as far as I'm aware, just takes a ton of A presses to set up. Would be really cool if it worked out though. And then we're ignoring that fairy.
After all the manipulating you did for all those fairies, now you just ignore them.
Yeah, it's like a 50% chance to get it on a single bomb, and I got it, but I didn't need it, so I didn't catch it.
Actually, question about Neighbor's Love. I know Neighbor's Love definitely saves a lot of time just from being able to Hest. Do you know, like, how many A presses it actually saves? Or, like, just a rough number?
This is one of the big ones. Actually, no, you can do this without a Hess, I think. Clipping into Deku. The biggest thing it saves is the weird shots.
Yeah.
Are super useful. It actually doesn't. It doesn't actually save all that much time with. Yeah, it doesn't actually save all that much time, or A presses. But yeah, the weird shots allowing dot skip are huge. And this trick is actually the one that I mentioned way at the beginning that was discovered to lower the any percent route. Although it was done as child in the any percent route.
Yeah, this is a super cool trick. So you're seeing the basement of Deku Tree right now.
And
Nice.
so what that is a zombie zombie walk west. So if you die the first frame you die, I think it's the frame before you go airborne. Then you can walk around, and if you can walk around, you can Hess. And because we have a lot of speed from a west, we can turn our west, or from the just super swim in the water, we can turn that super swim into a west, which lets us get into the into Goma's room.
Yeah, so the rare midair Wes.
Yep. And could we have done that with a zombie jump? Probably, but that was much cooler. And we've seen plenty of zombie jumps.
Yeah, we need variety. The zombie jump must have been really big for this too, right?
Yeah, one thing I didn't mention was I actually had tried routing this like 3-ish years ago or something, and ended up being like, there's just so much time where you're just opening doors. It kind of sucks. Zombie Jump has done a huge deal for this. I think I had nearly double the amount that this run actually came out to.
We've got another wrong warp coming up.
Alright, we're halfway done.
This one goes straight to Bongo.
This is super cool. This one's cool, though. You'll notice that this cutscene looks a little weird. This is not what this cutscene normally looks like. So, a lot of people probably know the fact that if you play Bolero, do Darunia hookshot jump, BK skip, and then do forest or fire to forest, you will get it will play the cutscene of you arriving from Bolero. And it's the same way Heap cutscene warps work, actually. Like, it's the exact same mechanic. That's what actually happened there, is that the Serenade cutscene actually, arriving from Serenade actually played there, and that broke the cutscene. Which is really cool. I've never seen it before with Bongo. But yeah, this is one of the ways that that this is in A-Press. No, I'm not doing. I did not go for the frame. I did the visual cue that I know for these wrong warps. Yeah, second's actually a shocking amount of time to save for that. But yeah, because Furzwin is still in Goma's room, we can skip this cutscene too.
And it takes you to the same spot.
Yeah, because the Bongo wrong
warp.
The Bongo wrong warp is done from reloading Goma's room, which just means having Furzwin set in Goma's room. And then the wrong warp doesn't actually dispel Furzwin, so you can just easily warp back here, and then blue warp is the only 0 A-Press way out of that room. And fastest, probably, too.
Oh yeah. Blue warp was actually in some potential Hundo routes, but yeah, it's not that great, but it's better than nothing. And so some people might have a guess on what that FW is for.
Yeah, let's see your guesses. Let's see them. Go on. Mine is, let's see, Deku Tree. It's gonna take you to Deku Tree.
We've already been there.
Yeah, why are we going back?
I don't know, I'm just guessing. Just trying to...
You know, that,
I'm just making conversation.
That's fair.
I don't know.
that's fair. It could be right. That could be right. And yeah, to the person who said, when I said earlier, I regret not getting this, I meant I regret not getting this earlier. Yeah, this was extremely important. I got it.
So, like, required important or just helps out important?
We could have gotten green potions, but, so not required, but, yeah, I want to be done manipulating magic drops. There are still magic drop manips after this.
It's so nice to see both Double Magic and Nehru's Love get used in a run like this.
Yeah.
In a non-hundo run.
You can buy green potion from scrubs. I'm pretty sure, at least.
Yeah, there should be scrubs you can get them from.
But, yeah, I decided I didn't care that much to do that. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with NL there. That was really weird. Also, you may wonder why I didn't NL Hess here. I think NL expired, I think it was exactly 1 frame faster than a bomb exploded.
Wow.
Then you have to go back and be 1 frame faster.
Yeah.
I could have done that.
Pancake Turtle shaking his head to show that he disagrees. Finally, Dodongo's Cavern. I've been waiting for this.
It's time. It's time for the blue diamond glitch to shine.
Another Gossip Fairy.
Yeah, I forgot about this one. This one I at least didn't have an opportunity to get a flex drop fairy because I was above 1 heart, but I could have damaged down and probably should have. This is a pretty slow fairy. Oh, true, that's a permanent flag, funnily enough. Forgot about that. Pulling Ocarina near that Gossip Stone.
Yeah, I think it's because it's the only Gossip Stone in a dungeon.
What does the flag do that's permanent?
You can only get it
from getting the fairy.
Yeah, you can only get the fairy from it once. No, you can only get the fairy from it the first time pulling Ocarina in front of it. Like, if you pull the Ocarina in front of it, that already sets the flag. And then if you cancel it, then you can never get a fairy from it.
Yeah, zombie jump, not even worth talking about. We've already seen a couple of those. I think this was the 2nd ever use of zombie jump. And we can jump slash for this one. We also got to jump slash for Morpha.
Yeah, for those that don't know, if you jump slash, you can power crouch stab. You could get a crouch stab to keep the same damage value.
Yeah, you can throw bombs using basically any button. And that's not quite true, but like, you can throw them with C button, you can throw them with B. You can probably throw them with C up.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one.
I think it works.
I'd guess it works. I've never tried.
I don't think so.
You
Alright,
can
one
not
more
throw them
wrong
with
warp.
D-pad down. Yep, and this is a wrong warp that was used in Hundo for a while.
Yeah, this
So
one's a
you all know
classic. Yeah, this one's. I think it's also using MST now, right? Or was?
Yeah,
Still
MST
is?
does
yeah,
it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but this is
you
with.
can't throw a bomb with C up.
Yeah. Oh dang, rip. But yeah, this was Frozen set in Lost Woods. So yeah, it takes you straight to the Silver Gauntlets cutscene. So not having to do the Gerudo Fortress thing a 5th time.
Yep. Yeah, you know, we care about speed in this run, and we don't want to walk all the way to Spirit. That's really slow. And, you know, there's other advantages about being up here. I use B for every text that's not in a shop in this entire run. So, some people may know the fact that you can't actually do zombie jump for Spirit Hover, and that's because there's no there's no place to get down A or ledge cancel in Desert Colossus, except on the hands, which is really funny. So you can do that zombie jump.
15.
Yep.
A is held.
A is held.
Nice bomb drop landing right on you during the
I didn't even
cutscene.
manip that one. We don't need it.
Oh dang. I assume you needed the fairy.
Yeah, that's what we were here for. And now we're releasing A. Yeah, oops. I accidentally had A held.
Oh, you didn't even need it?
No.
All that suspense for nothing.
Yeah, so sorry.
Alright, one more trip through Spirit.
Yep. You'll never guess what this will look like. It's gonna look so different from last time.
Well, it's just important. That way we really get the hang of what's going on.
Yeah. Word chat missed it last time. They were probably blinking.
I mean, this is a pretty confusing part, to be honest. So you know, maybe watching it a few times helps understand. Again, this is the room where you climb up to the spinning snake mirror statue the first time, and then there's a hookshot jump. Or no, not yet. We gotta do this
So
first.
like the ice chest.
And then this jumps up to the boss key room.
Yeah. And when I say use the same inputs, these same inputs do stop around here. I don't remember exactly where I split it, because there are some minor differences with pause layout and stuff, and health. Yeah, the third one's the only one that you can actually do it with, because Link is progressively pulling out the hookshot every time, and it takes him 3 cycles through to be able to pull it out. So you have to wait to the third. And now we get to stand here. So, chat, I'm curious, what do you all think that the final count is now that we're 2 hours and 20 minutes into the run?
12.
It's a good guess.
You got a time machine?
It's Ocarina of Time.
Oh. Nice title drop.
Just go back in time to undo the adult A presses.
I'm seeing some good guesses. Alright, we're doing something different for the first time.
Alright, not clipping back out right away.
No, we want FW in here.
Once we do Twin Rova, we have to do the back shot again.
Surely not.
Yeah. I don't know, I think even No Doors viewers haven't seen what we're doing. Yeah, Z-slides are cool with this fixed cam, but they're also great because I don't need to hold precise analog inputs. Yep, more magic.
The rarely seen part of Goron City.
Yep, but it's extremely important. Because there's this grotto. Well, we're done with Furor's Wind. We're gonna change where it's set.
Oh, nice.
So that is called an FW desync. It turns out while you're specifically inside a grotto and you set Furor's Wind, it takes 20 frames for the map it is set in to be reset, but the coordinates and room number will get reset instantly. What that means is that it turns out it actually only takes 19 frames to return Furor's Wind. So if you return Furor's Wind frame perfectly, then you can actually use that to do a void warp without a dive.
And also, so the reason for this void warp being necessary at all is because Twin Rova's room is room 3, and most void warps. So you need a room. If you want to skip the doors to Twin Rova, you need a void warp with room 3, which is not easy to come by, but it happens to be that the main room of Goron City is a room 3. So that's why we want a void warp from there.
Yeah. So. Low or no doors viewers have seen that void warp using a death hole dive. We could do that, but I think Furor's Wind desync is cool, and most people haven't seen it, and it's also a lot faster.
Oh, and we also hit the 16th A press for equipping Mirror Shield, and it's a held A press.
We did, and this one was not held by accident. But yeah, Forge Wind desyncs are cool. They are triple frame perfect. So, not great for RTA. But they are cool. And Twin Yorova, you know, everyone knows that we can do Twin Yorova without A.
Spoilers.
But yeah, this is the reason we need Forge Wind on B, if that wasn't clear. It takes 2 A presses here, and so we did need it.
Alright, we'll need one more dungeon. Who knows which dungeon's left?
I know.
Oh, looks like chat knows. Ice Cavern, exactly.
Yep.
Finally going back to Ice Cavern.
It was actually a dungeon all along. Are there any free thinkers in chat?
0.
Chat when they see Twin Yorova die.
And then this is just going to be another cutscene skip.
Yep.
Pretty convenient one that, because of the Void Warp into here, Forosman gets set in the same room. So you can just walk right back out to the Blue Warp.
Very important, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing to mention that are weird about Furrow Wind D6 versus Furrow's Wind Wrong Warps. Normally with the Wrong Warp, or not Wrong Warp, sorry, Void Warps, normally with a Void Warp, Furrow's Wind doesn't get reset, but with FWD Sync it does.
Alright, who knew about this grotto here?
I do.
There's no grotto there.
Well, no, there's a grotto, like, to the side. I thought you were talking about the grotto, like, under the silver rock that's, like, right off camera. See, right there. See that one?
Yeah.
You're like he knew about all the grottos.
Yeah, I
there.
thought you were talking about a grotto that was right there.
If only we got stone, then we could tell. So yeah, we didn't have to walk yeah, we didn't have to walk here, but we do have to walk back. Why can we not warp to Temple of Time? Firstly, we are holding A. Secondly, we now have the Shadow and Spirit medallions, and that would trigger the Light Era cutscene, and we might want to use that for something.
Maybe.
And we might not be quite done with Furrow's Wind yet. We got laxed by wrong warping to it, which does not actually unset the cutscene. So the actual cutscene's still there, which means we get to watch the best cutscene in the game twice.
My favorite.
At least we picked a short cutscene.
Yeah, the shortest cutscene in the game.
It wasn't that long the first time. There was like
you at least skipped the first half the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, Lashronk does give light arrows. We do have light arrows. We just have no reason to fire them.
Do you know the number of fairies used in this run? I'm very curious.
No, it's so many though.
Chat, someone's been counting in chat, right? Surely.
Oh, this fairy was important, but not to catch. We just need more health.
This is definitely the most fairies I've seen in a run.
Yeah, this run does has a for how little we need to manipulate bomb drops. We do so much RNG manip because we're manipulating a ton of magic drops and fairies throughout the entire run. And that nosy Hess was not intentional. I refused to do them intentionally, but I had to do it because otherwise I would have targeted that Poe.
What was so nosy about the Hess?
That I didn't use Z.
I'm just throwing that one out there for the wordsmiths, giving them a bone.
Every time someone brings up that the nosy house, someone always says that joke. It's a classic.
It is a classic. Alright, here's something that we saw earlier, but it's actually much more annoying this time. So we did do this ledge clip before using a bomb, but because we're holding A, we actually immediately drop from the ledge. But we still need the bomb to actually be able to clip.
I was just running at it.
Valero's in the way. Yep, that was my setup.
Yeah, there's a seam out of bounds that you can just walk up to get out of bounds. To get over to Fire Temple.
And that's what the fairy is for. It's a very important fairy.
Alright, the last dungeon.
Yep.
And that was still held A.
Yeah, that's why we're holding A. So right now, we can't actually leave Fire Temple because Bolero is blocking our entrance to Walkout, and Prelude would make us watch Lax, and we do need Lax for something later. So it's important that we held A that entire time to be able to Minuet or Serenade out. Well, the run's like, how much later? There's still a lot later. You know, the run's like 3 hours. I walked here, before when I was doing this, I was doing a bunch of back walking. I'm pretty sure walking was faster.
Like, who knew about this grotto? That was another
I
test.
won't fall for it again.
And sitting on the Ocarina screen there, that was RNG manip. That's not a joke, that it was. Yeah, it's kind of goofy that we had to minuet away from DMT just to go back to DMT.
Yeah,
but
you're just
we
going in a
did.
loop.
It just so happens that this was the best spot.
Are we doing another Furrow's Wind desync?
Yep, we've already seen this. This is old news. And it puts us at a very good spot.
Oh wow, conveniently just right in the loading zone.
Yeah. It's extremely convenient.
Wait, so those coordinates, was it coordinates of entering Death Mountain Crater or the grotto?
Yeah, Death Mountain Crater.
Okay, yeah.
Furrow's Wind can't be set in a grotto without doing a lot of hard work for it.
Yeah, right.
So I just want to mention something real quick. So right now it looked like we needed Furrow's Wind to beat Shadow and beat Fire, along with to save 2 A presses in Spirit. But I said I'd save 3, and the reason is that there's actually a way to do both Fire and Shadow with 0 A presses with Furrow's Wind not on B, but you can only ever do 1 during the run. It requires a trick. It requires getting Dins and doing a Dins Fire Timer Cancel Void Warp, which normally, if you do that, would get rid of the item you have on B. So you have to set up Temp B, which can be done by riding Epona. We talked earlier about why riding Epona was a bad thing, and how that's bad. But if you steal Epona, then you can ride her for free. And it turns out there's a 0 A press way to steal Epona, but only if you haven't stolen her before, because it relies on a gate that gets removed once you steal her. Unfortunately, we're not showing it off in this run. It did get routed out, but it was in the original route.
So you'd be able to steal Epona, do Temp B, and then you'd beat one of Shadow or Shadow or Fire, but then you couldn't do the same for the other one.
The plan for that was to be a Furrow's Wind, then be a Boomerang, and leave Furrow's Wind set in Jabu to do Jabu to Fire or Jabu to Evolve as the method to get to Vivalgia. The issue with that was that because after it was because that and well, I guess there is no single issue with that. But the reason that route was actually cool, this is another potential route that could save an A-press that doesn't work, was that it's in theory possible to do a second Lax Wrong Warp to save another A-press going back and forward in time, but it requires Furrow's Wind on B. And the issue with that is that we would need to do the order Furrow's Wind, Boomerang, and then the item we're going to BA now, which I won't spoil, even though most people probably know. And we can't do that because to enter Jabu, we need to have a child section immediately before. So that's why that route doesn't work, and that route would work if someone found a 0 A press way to enter Jabu, which it doesn't seem very easy to do at all.
Okay, so theoretically, like 0 A press entering Jabu as adult would be like the biggest theoretical A press saver.
It would save 1 A press, yeah.
Okay.
And it's more or less the only theoretical A press save that seems plausible.
Yeah, it seems like most of the A presses are like pretty hard to get around because it was maybe go over the A presses again while we have time waiting. It was like what equipping Deku Shield, talking to NPCs, buying stuff in the shop.
Shield. Yeah, 2 shields from the shop.
Yep, and 2 A presses to create your file. A bunch to pick up and put down the Master Sword. It was getting Egg, and then we also had to do another one to leave the to leave Granny's house, because you can't play Ocarina in there. And it was 2 to get Hookshot and 1 to get Bomb Shoes.
Right, and then Hookshot, 0 chance of skipping that, considering how important
Yeah.
the zombie jumps have been.
Hookshot was extremely important this run.
I don't think there's
never a moment.
I don't think there's any source of choose that could be gotten without an A press, right? I think every single source of choose needs an A press.
Yep, they all need at least one. And so Bomb Shoes are technically not required to get for Laxrong Warp, but is essentially required for Laxrong Warp. Additionally, we don't have explosives as a child without Bomb Shoes, because we don't actually have bombs in our inventory. And also, they save an A press in entering the house with Talon. So they actually do a lot for us.
Pink Nehru's?
Yep. You know, she's gonna go backshot now.
Pink Diamond glitch to levitate?
So yeah, the original theoretical route for this did watch Lax 3 times instead of just the 2 that we're doing here. But it didn't work, so had to do this instead. But yeah, Hammer. I'm sure no one's that surprised that we're BAing Hammer. Takes a ton of A presses to get. You can't even get it without doors.
Yeah, I think even if you did the zombie jump, it'd still be like, what? There's still like 3 or 4 doors you need to open.
I think it's 4 A presses total is what I counted it to be. And that's even assuming you can do the zombie jump without an A.
Okay, so there was only 1 door in this whole run, right? Leaving Granny's shop?
Yes, that's the only door. And as someone in chat pointed out, that door is skippable with a save warp. And I thought about doing it, but didn't.
Yeah, because save warp would itself be an A press, so it would only be a trade-off.
Yep. But it would have been fun to say that, to be able to say that this run was all dungeons, no doors. But it is
alternative
not
route.
Yes. This is all dungeons, no doors inside of dungeons.
All dungeons, 1 door.
And we definitely picked the most important door to open. No one could imagine being in the dungeons without opening that door. Is there any dungeon that we only visited once? Water Temple. Yeah, I think that's it.
Alright, finally, Ice Cavern.
Yep. It's time for Ice Cavern. But first we gotta get a frog. Oh yeah, Forest was also once.
Yeah, Force and Shadow.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
Alright, 3 dungeons.
Don't forget
There you
Spirit.
go. Yeah, Spirit was 1 trip, I'd say. But yeah, so we jump there again. Yeah, we're actually going to Ice Cavern.
Oh, you thought I was joking about Ice Cavern?
Yeah, you know, there's something important we need, and it's the ability to use Flora's Wind.
Yeah, with Furrow's Wind no longer on B, gotta go back to a dungeon for it.
Yeah, the timer's pretty low.
Fortunately, not using the new Volvaggio trick.
No, well, that takes an A press, unfortunately, for Vivagia's Super Slide.
Yeah, rip.
I could have done both Weird Shot, although I'm pretty sure once you're setting NL, it's slower. So I went with the classic method. Yeah, I really wanted to do Volv Super Slide, but you can't Super Slide without an A.
Yeah, so Volvagia has an extra hitbox under the floor here you can hit with an explosion. So this is what the bomb chooser for. Still can only kill Volvagia after a hammer stun, but this can at least get Volvagia down to low health. And done.
And there we go.
And yeah, the new trick we were talking about. So there was a new trick found recently where if you super slide into the Volvagia cutscene, Volvagia will not fully go in the hole at the end of the cutscene, and the hitbox will still be above ground. And so you can actually just slash the above ground hitbox a bunch to kill Volvagia really quickly. Which is a really cool new trick, but it needs a super slide, which requires an A press. Even with no reserve.
I wanted to show it off, but couldn't. And well, how are we gonna get control in the blue warp?
Like this.
Just use Bomb OI.
Yep. You actually can do it with just bugs, but Bomb OI is just so much easier.
And then the timer expires. And goes to the
that is
credits.
time.
Yeah, so the timer expiring tries to go back to King Zora, or wait, was it King Zora? Yeah, it was King Zora. At the same time as the game is trying to start the Fire Medallion cutscene, and that rung warps to the credits. And that's it. That's all the dungeons. 16 A presses.
Well done.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, there is that one idea to get us down to 15, but beyond that, there's not a ton left. This is significantly less than the Majora's Mask one was, which I was very happy about, although OOT should basically always be less than Majora's Mask. It's so much less restrictive of a game.
Yeah, first cycle's like 10.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a really cool run. Had a lot of really unique stuff.
Yeah.
And this was like the first major, like big LOTAD since I guess zombie jumps were found. So it's really cool to see how much use we can get out of that.
Yeah, zombie jumps are extremely powerful and, I mean, completely revolutionized this whole run. I mean, so like I said, I did try routing all dungeons low way years ago, and this was back before I knew a ton about the game. But I think I got to like 28 and then said I'm not close to being done with A presses, and this is already such a bad number. I'm not going to keep going.
Yeah, if it's a certain high number, it just seems like okay, this isn't that interesting anymore. But like this low of a number is pretty crazy. Like with such incredibly specific A presses.
Yeah, when we first started, my goal was sub 20, and we kind of crushed that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Turn child without A here.
It's true. We should have done this more.
Just warp to the credits more. Just find a way to gain control in the credits.
That would be sick. You do.
That actually would be.
Yeah.
Can MM do that? MM, you can get control in the credits, right? If you do a wrong warp to the credits.
Kinda. Yeah, you can like play in the credits, but I don't know if you could beat the game after it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Doesn't voiding in the credits not work? Doesn't that just loop the credits?
I think it depends on when. I think there's certain cases where you gain control and some where you don't. Like I think if it's directly after a wrong warp, it'll loop. But I think if like you were to just use GZ to void, then you'll gain control. I don't
I
know
can believe
why. It's weird.
Oh, Wind Waker LOTAD after this, apparently.
Oh yeah, there is a Wind Waker LOTAD coming up soon. Is that stream going on right now? We could probably raid that. Hold on. Is the stream up? Oh, there it goes. It's Ogre.
It's Ogre.
Just went live. Mini? Okay, hold on. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay. So, you guys want more low A press action for Wind Waker? We're gonna go raid Wind Waker low A press.
Wow, if I realized there were so many LOTADs coming out this year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was worried there was going to be 0, so I guess I worried for no reason.
Yeah, why did I bother? I should have saved this for
Yeah,
next
just
year. when we can
let
do
other
15.
people do the work.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy February 21st, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Go enjoy the Wind Waker low A press LOTAD also. So yeah, hope you guys
Maybe
all
they'll beat
enjoyed.
us.
Any last words?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
All right, cool. Thanks for being here, everyone. Bye-bye.